Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Marilyn and I'm a bioscience engineering student, currently in my last month of doing my master thesis on cacao. In today's video I will share 3 recipes with you. So first we'll be making a refreshing drink together, then I'll show you my ultimate sandwich recipe, and to end on a sweet note we'll be making an easy and delicious rice pudding. These recipes are perfect to take with you on a picnic now that the weather is getting really nice. So let's get started. In my car right now and we're heading towards Brood, my local bakery, where they do amazing sourdough breads, baguettes, but also pastries that are delicious. I don't know what this moron is doing in front of me. People. I'm looking forward to see what they have today because they switch it up all the time. I'm really hoping they have mocktail, a typical Belgian pastry that's only made in a certain region in Belgium, around BELGIUM. There are not a lot of authentic good ones. Most of them are really bad, actually. I hope you find a good one. And these ones are the best I've tried, so let's go grab them. Okay, we're back in the car and we got the baguettes in all its glory. Okay, so I made a quick stop in the park because it's absolutely beautiful outside and I got my mocktail. I will open it.
But the sound, the crust, listen.
So flaky. And then you have like a really gooey inside. It's so good. It's so amazing. It has like a really flaky but not heavy outside, and then the inside is, I know this word is gonna trigger some people, but moist. But it's absolutely amazing. It makes me so happy. Today is a great day. We're back. We got the amazing baguettes. Before we start making the sandwich, we'll start with the drink. I'm going to make my iced tea in my trusty old cup, and then we'll select a tea. I'm going to choose a black tea today. So I'm going to choose one I got from Sweden. It has little red flowers in them, so we'll add a bit of that. And then another black tea I really like, but I don't know what kind of black tea it is exactly, but I just really like it, so I just eyeballed it. It's about tablespoon of tea, tablespoon and a half, something like that, for one pan. And then we'll do some water. Okay. And then we let it cool down. One of the other ingredients of our tea, citrus fruits, my favorite fruits. You can choose whichever citrus you like. I like using lime for this one because it goes really well with the iced tea. Don't escape. I pre-squeezed some lime juice and put it in a glass container. So we'll use that later. And then another ingredients I add to the drink are fresh mint leaves. I do about 3 twigs, but you can use less or more, depending on your tastes. And then one of the last ingredients I'll add kombucha or water kefir. I have them here always in my kitchen on my countertop. These are ones I made myself. So we're going to harvest now 2 of the kefirs I made 2 days ago. So these are my 2 baby water kefirs. Making water kefir is actually really simple. It's easy when you have the ingredients, I should say. You have the kefir pearls, which are on the bottom, as you can see. And those are the microorganisms that help ferment the drink. So you just put the pearls, some water, some sugar, which is their food, so they eat the sugar and they take out the sugar. So once it's done fermenting, around 2 days later, all the sugar is gone. So it's a really healthy drink. There's lots of nutrients from the fermentation, but also probiotics, which means it's really good for your gut. We're going to scoop out the lime and figs that you also need to add. So you want to take these out, and then we can strain the rest. And after 2 days you have amazing water kefir, which you can use in drinks like the one I'm making today. These are really delicious as is, but they're even more delicious when you add fruit to them and let them ferment for a second time. The water kefir I will be using today, I made a week ago and I let ferment a second time with fruits. I added some cherries, some dragon fruit and some grapefruit. So it should be really delicious. It's been 3 minutes, I've taken out the tea bag and now we can transfer it to another recipient and let the tea cool down. It should help if it was winter, but unfortunately it's 30 freaking degrees outside, so it's gonna take a while. Give it about an hour and a half, and you can add ice to speed up the cooling, of course, but ice is crucial in these times. Bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, ba-ba-da-bum, bum, ba-ba-da-bum, bum, ba-ba-da-bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, ba-ba-da-bum. We got our cooled down iced tea, our mint leaves. Here I got 180 milliliters of lime juice, which I squeezed. If you don't like it that sour, you can adjust it to your own taste. And then a kombucha or kefir. This is a pineapple and chili kombucha. I really like it. It's by Yugen. This is a water kefir from ginger. And this water kefir I made myself. It's with grapefruit, dragon fruit, and I think cherry and passion fruit as well. I'm going to do a mixture of all of them. I'm going to transfer the tea to a liter cup. Just use what you have. Ooh, nice pour. So I'm going to add about 700 then 180 milliliters of lime juice. Then I have the lime leaves, the mint leaves. You can tear them to release their aroma, or you can use a wooden smasher that you can use for cocktails as well. I'm going to add a bit of liquid. So in this drink, I'm not gonna add any sugar because I don't like sugary drinks. But if you like it a little bit sweeter, I suggest you add 1, 2 or 3 tablespoons of sugar and just add it gradually. You can also just sweeten your tea before you let it cool down. That would be easier for the sugar to dissolve. But I'm not really a sugary drink person, so I just keep it all natural. These are bruised and I'm going to add them as well. And then all that's left to do is choose our fighter. Oh, that's nice. I like it actually a little bit more sparkling. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the kefir and kombucha. Maybe a little bit more of lime juice, but not that much. I got this tea flask, but it's perfect for iced tea as well. Just make sure it's very secure and tight and closed off well. I don't mind the mint leaves, but if you do, you can leave them out. And I'm going to leave some space on top so I can put some ice cubes to make it really refreshing. Quick tip for summertime that will change your whole drink game. Instead of using just these normal ice cubes in your drink, which are fine, you can spice it up by making your own ice cubes. When you have delicious fruits, you can freeze them and make your own ice cubes, which are way more delicious, give your drinks fun colors, and give you a snack at the end of your drink. And that's our drink. Okay, so now we can start by making the amazing baguettes. I'm going to use just a piece. This is just fine for me. Please cut your bread diagonally. It's so much better than just straight. Look at the stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm a girl, the girl who wants everything? Look at the stuff, treasures untold. Looking around here, you think she's got everything. I watched The Little Mermaid with my best friend and it's been stuck in my head for a whole week. It's what an amazing movie though. You should really go watch it. So for my sandwich, I have all the ingredients in front of me. So we have a sheep's yogurt. It's a thick skyr sheep's yogurt. You can use sheep's cheese or goat's cheese or whichever cheese you like. I like the sourness of goat's yogurt and I like yogurt over cheese because it's smoother, lighter, less pungent. So I'm using that. Then I also have an avocado sauce. You can use pesto as well. I just blitzed up avocado with some lime juice, salt, pepper, and coriander and mint. And then you have this little sauce. I also have some fresh vine tomatoes. I love cherry tomatoes. They're my favorite kind of tomatoes. And I also have some roasted veggies. So I got some aubergines and some courgettes. I also have some tofu, which I marinated in just a simple concoction of 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of lime, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. It's really easy. You just mix it up, press your tofu, all the liquids should be out. You fry up your tofu in a little bit of oil, and then you just add your marinades. And then the last ingredient I have is some lettuce. Fun fact, when you're lactose intolerant, you can have sheep's and goat's cheese. Don't get fooled by marketing. Okay, so 1 layer of this. And then on top I'll add some avocado sauce. Okay, that's a little bit much. Should be fine. I just forgot the best ingredient of all.
I have all the ingredients in front of me.
This will transform your sandwiches and just your life in general. It's the beautiful tomato chutney. This tomato chutney I made myself. If you want a recipe for it, because it's absolutely amazing, just let me know in the comments below and I'll make a video about it. Of course, if you don't have your own chutney, you can buy chutney in supermarkets, or if you don't have it, you can add a little bit of harissa as well. So, it's so amazing. I'm going to add that on top of the grilled vegetables. Then we'll cut up some tomato. Beautiful. This is so beautiful. And although I said I'm going to put it on top, I changed my mind because I'm a woman. I'm going to add a generous amount because I absolutely adore this stuff. I'm going to add my lettuce. There's no gracious way of doing this. You just plop it on and hope for the best. I'm going to place my tofu right here. And if the pieces are too big, you can cut them in half. 1, 2, 3. Not bad. There you have the sandwich. I'm going to put it in a container and clean up my workspace and myself. We're going to make the rice pudding right now. The ingredients for the rice pudding are very straightforward, and I think most of the ingredients you already should have in your pantry. So we have, of course, rice. You can use whichever type of rice you want. You can use long grain rice, short grain rice. You don't have to go to the supermarkets and buy rice pudding rice, because I find that Asian short grain rice is a lot more fragrant. It's probably cheaper than the ones that are marketed in the supermarkets as rice pudding rice. Then you need sea salt, normal sugar. You can use white sugar. I'm going to use raw cane sugar and also some coconut sugar. I'm going to do a mixture of both, but if you only have cane sugar, it will be as delicious, doesn't matter. Then I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon and then some type of vanilla. You have 4 forms of vanilla that you can find, or that at least I find in supermarkets, and that are vanilla bean, which are very expensive most of the time. You have the vanilla extract, which is the most commonly found in supermarkets, the cheapest. Of course, you can use this one. You also have vanilla bean paste, vanilla powder. I'm not going to use all 4 to be clear. I'm going to use vanilla bean paste because I like it and it's cheaper than a bean, and a pot that can hold more than 1 liter, liter and a half. Depends on how much you want to make. I'll show you the measurements in a bit. I forgot to mention the milk portion of rice pudding. The 2 ingredients that I forgot are a can of coconut milk, not a carton, because it has a lot more fat than the ones you buy in a carton. This one has 80% of coconut extract and 20% water. Always read the back of the can and see that you have at least 70% of coconut extract, because otherwise it will be too watery and not creamy enough for the rice pudding. And then also some kind of milk. I'm using plant milk because I prefer plant milk and I'm lactose intolerant. But if you really like cow's milk, you can use cow's milk, of course. I have a friend that only drinks milk at home, so he doesn't drink water. When he has dinner, he drinks milk. So if you're one of those people, you do you. But you can always try it, of course. If you want to stick to the recipe I'm showing, please try some kind of plant milk. There are lots of plant milks that are absolutely garbage water, I know that. Just try different ones if you can and see which ones you like. We'll start by measuring out the rice. We'll measure out 185 grams. A little bit more. There we go. Now we put it there. We'll shake our coconut milk. And we'll add that to the pot as well. Nice and thick. So that is 400. And then we'll add 1 liter and 100 milliliters of milk. If you don't want to open another carton, that's fine, just add maybe 10 grams less of the rice. But normally you should go up to 1,500. Give it a quick stir. And then the only thing we need to add to the milk is the vanilla. So I'll use vanilla bean paste, about a tablespoon. Something like this. And because I like it really vanilla-y, I'm also going to add some vanilla extracts, about a teaspoon, because this is stronger. Of course, we add some salt to balance out the sweetness. It's not a really sweet rice pudding, but if I can teach you anything, salt your desserts. And then some cinnamon. I add about a teaspoon, and that's all. So the sugar you don't add to the milk at the beginning. If you already added the sugar, yeah, okay, fine. Take a separate bowl, and then we're going to measure out 60 grams of sugar. If you like it sweet, you can add 75 grams, but I like it on the not so sweet, rather creamy side. I'm adding a mixture of brown coconut sugar and cane sugar, but you can use all cane sugar, all coconut sugar. Doesn't really matter. It's 60, perfect. Let's take it to the stovetop. Okay, so we're now at my stovetop. I put the milk rice mixture on high for now. So in the beginning you want to put it at maximum heat. That's 9 for my induction stovetop. You want to be careful when it reaches the point that there are bubbles forming. So you can hear the sizzling right now, but there are no bubbles yet. So once you get bubbles and you see that it's starting to cook, you want to put it immediately at medium-low. So for my stovetop, that's setting 5, but it might be different for you, or if you have a gas stovetop, just put it on low or medium-low. Keep watching it, keep stirring it until it starts to form bubbles. After you put it on medium-low, there's not really a risk of anything going wrong. You just keep watching it. Don't go to the bathroom, comb your hair, do your makeup, and let it bubble, because it will overflow. I speak out of experience. It has happened to me multiple times. Don't add sugar right now, as I mentioned. We'll add it towards the end, towards the point where it's really thickened. So just be patient, just wait, and we're going to keep stirring. So at this point you can see that there are vapors coming from the milk because it's almost cooking. You can see a little bit of foam coming on top. This is what you want. You have a top of foam and then the milk slowly bubbling. And we keep it like this, stirring every 4 minutes or something. When it has reached this consistency, so when you stir you see the rise in the thickened milk, that's what you want. You'll reach this point after 15 to 20 minutes, then you'll take it off the stovetop and transfer it to a container. I almost forgot to add my sugar, of course, so we'll add that to the bowl. There you go. We mix it until it's all dissolved. You don't have to put it on the stovetop because the residual heat will melt the sugar. And at this point you want to taste carefully. I've burned my mouth several times, so I'm warning you. Taste test. Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. I think it will fit. Ooh. It's gonna overflow. Shit. Can't possible. Call me, reach me if you wanna reach me. Take 2. Also forgot to mention, when you let it sit and cool down, there will form a layer on top. When that happens, you just swirl around. When it stops steaming, you can put on a lid and then the layer will not form. And then you can let it cool down further until it's completely cooled down. And then you can store it in the fridge for up to 6 days. Okay. So that concludes our picnic prep. I'm going to grab my sandwich, my drink. I'll put it in isolation bag, do you say that? I think so. It was an insulated bag, not isolated. English. I put a little mandarin as well as a little snack, and then we can go to the park finally. I'm going to end the video right here. I'm sitting in my favorite spot in the park near my apartment, enjoying an amazing sandwich. It's like a pizza, a roasted vegetable pasta, had an amazing love child. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really loved spending time with you today, and I hope to see you soon in a new video. Kisses! Bye!